Hello, and welcome back. We are learning about tactical capacity, which you will remember is any behavior that is not a technically explicit behavior. Tactical capacity is the behavior that enables you to be a role model to your direct reports. It's the behavior that guides operational improvements, and it's the behavior that guides others through change. And it's the behavior that allows you to sustain excellence on the job. Organizational tactical capacity is born in the hearts and the minds of every single person that comprises the organization. In essence, it is the combined energies of all individuals at any given time and in any given place. And so, in its simplest form, it is the interactive behavior driven by individual thoughts and feelings. And these behaviors can only be achieved by honing your skills that arise from the core principles that form the three domains of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership: self awareness, collaboration, and connection. Throughout the course of this program, it's important to understand that you are being presented with a lot of material and ideas. Some concepts and ideas are very new, and some are not so new. Some of the new concepts and ideas will be directly related to your brain, how it works, and how you can make it work even better. You will also be presented with concepts and ideas that require you to take some very deep dives into your feelings and your thought processes. I have no doubt that some of the material you will be presented with will be met with resistance, and that's okay. You may also feel like it's just too much, and that's okay too. Whatever feelings and thoughts that you have, I can assure you it's normal, and I would ask that you just acknowledge the feeling, allow the feeling to move right through you, and then allow your mind to remain open. You will be amazed by how much you can retain and retrieve if you consciously practice opening your mind to new ideas. Whether you understand or believe is really irrelevant. Today, we are learning the third and final relational principle of the collaboration domain of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership: creating and sustaining highly effective relationships. In the collaboration behavior domain, you are learning how to expand your awareness from within your physical self of awareness to the area of your 20 square feet, the area that is beyond your physical self. You will remember that this area is also known as your biofield, and this is the area where your social exchanges with others occur. Bringing your awareness to this area of yourself enables you to recognize how well your personal behavior style is meshing with others. Developing the habit of feeling your personal energy as it interacts with others provides you with the cues needed for knowing when to flex to someone else's style in order to create the best outcome in all your relationships, both personal and professional. Effective relationships are the foundation of any high-performance team. One of the most powerful forces in your life is your acquired level of cognitive strength or mental toughness. Cognitive strength is your ability to stay motivated and focused on what you need to do, even in the midst of distractions, difficult circumstances, and disappointment. This means keeping your focus on building the kind of relationships that will survive today's complex and chaotic work environment. Sustainable, strength-building relationships, both personal and professional, require as much giving as they do receiving.
Welcome to the Mini-Med for Giving and Receiving. For these couple of minutes, I invite you to sit comfortably, and as you let your body settle in, let yourself feel your shoulders just relaxing. Let yourself feel your thoughts releasing. And I invite you to find your place of peace and total relaxation. Feel the muscles in your body completely relax, completely release any tension right now. Feel your mind becoming open and becoming quiet. And let yourself tune in to the inner space of gratitude and generosity within yourself. Remind yourself how good it feels to give to another person, whether it's someone that you love, someone that you're surprising, or someone that you've never met, that you're giving to anonymously. Let yourself get in touch with how good it feels to be able to give to others. And remind yourself, too, of the gifts that you get when you share generously with other people. It's an amazing reward to feel like I have enough to give. I am abundant, and I know that by giving to another, I've also received more for myself. It's a beautiful cycle to be in flow, to be in a coherent flow of energy within you and around you, feeling generous, feeling gratitude, giving of yourself, and being able and open to receive gifts, support, nurturing, and love from those around you too. It's a beautiful cycle to be able to give of yourself and then to open yourself to receive from others. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that this beautiful cycle of flow and these nurturing thoughts and feelings of support and abundance are grounded and present in solution and love, moving you forward. Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? Across from you? What sounds do you hear?
Relationships are only as good as the effort you are willing to put into them. In today's knowledge economy, we cannot go it alone. We must draw from a wide knowledge base in order to achieve organizational goals, and to do so requires that we must work in relation to and with others. It's not good enough to be exceptional in your field of expertise, because without the skill for working collaboratively with others, your knowledge is of no significance. So it is that the ability to form productive work relationships becomes a key competence and behavior strength. There are 7 keys to creating productive relationships. Number 1, build trust. Number 2, clarify goals, roles, and expectations. Number 3, take responsibility and initiative. Be accountable for your attitude and actions. Number 4, make communication a priority. Talk to people, not about them. Number 5, help people achieve their best. Commit to the success of others. Number 6, learn to resolve conflict effectively. And number 7, recognize, respect, and respond to other behavior styles. These 7 keys are the heart of productive relationships. Remember this. You get the relationship you build. The grass is greener where you water it. The first of the 7 keys to productive relationships is build trust. Trust is the foundation on which teamwork and productive relationships are built. Trust is the confidence that people will do the right thing. It is respect and support for each other. It is being cooperative, not combative. Trust enables people to be open with each other and confident that what they say won't be used against them. When people don't feel the need to protect themselves, they focus their energy and attention on what really matters, rather than on being political or defensive. Trust is 3-dimensional. The first dimension is technical trust. This is a confidence in your ability. It takes competence on your part. The second dimension is ethical trust. This is confidence in your integrity. It requires character on your part. And the third dimension is personal trust. This is confidence that you understand and care. On your part, it involves openness for connection. When these 3 dimensions line up, then people will trust you. Then they will communicate openly and collaborate effectively. It is important to note that trust is the combination of all 3 factors. If any one of the factors is missing or neglected, trust as a whole is significantly diminished. It is then that the foundation for a strong relationship begins with the foundation that you build for your own life. The purposes and principles on which you have built your life, it is this foundation that you bring to your relationships. No one can manufacture trust or mandate it into existence. But you can make a deliberate investment in trust. You must ensure that your words and deeds are in alignment, that you exhibit consistent behavior, that there are clear rules and consistent application of the rules. It is important to note that affability and pleasantness do not always build trust. What's more, friendship or love is not trust. Trust is a privilege that should always be earned. Love is a gift that should always be given freely. Never reverse the two. Don't give away your trust, and don't make people earn your love. You must ensure that you are always telling people the truth in open communication, clearly visible in your character and courage. Trust is a complex and far-reaching concept that pervades our personal and professional pursuits. We cannot bottle and sell it, and we cannot fully appreciate its enormous role in shaping the constructs in society, including commerce, politics, and religion. Nonetheless, cultivating trust is an imperative, especially in organizational life. Cultivating trust increases the likelihood that people will engage and collaborate. They will communicate openly, adopt cooperative attitudes, and work in an integrated team with a shared responsibility for shared objectives. When trust is absent, damaged, or lost in the workplace, relationships are dysfunctional and work effectiveness and performance suffer. The word trust is derived from Trost, a German term that suggests comfort. This is an appropriate association because when we trust someone, we are comforted by the belief that this person has our best interest at heart and thus will not do anything to endanger us or put us at risk. Because trust is a critical component in all human interactions, it has many types. There are 2 types of trust that are typically encountered most often in a team setting. The first is generalized trust. Generalized trust exists when we trust on the basis of our mental model that people are generally trustworthy. It is a leap of faith in that we choose to trust without evidence that our trust is deserved or without concrete assurance that whom we trust will deliver good results. As social and ethical theorist Russell Hardin in 2002 puts it, generalized trust must be a matter of relatively positive expectations of the trustworthiness, cooperativeness, and helpfulness of others. It is therefore the result of a positive mental model, a positive mindset. The second type is behavioral trust. It exists when we bestow our trust on the basis of the person's good behavior. That is, if someone has exhibited reliability, honesty, competence, compassion, or courage over time, that person earns our trust. Earn is the operative word here. Trust does not come automatically with positions of power. Even if it did, however, as in the case with generalized trust, trust cannot be sustained by virtue of rank alone. It must be supported by ongoing, productive, strength-giving behavior, which then validates our confidence. Trust is all about repeated positive experience. People trust your character when they have repeated positive experience of consistency between what you say and what you do. People trust your competence when they have repeated positive experience of your ability to achieve goals and solve problems. People trust you personally and feel connected when they have repeated positive experience of you listening, understanding, caring, and acting in their best interest. Trust is not an event. Trust is the result of repeated experience over time. Everyone has a trust account. Every day, through our attitude and actions, we make deposits into or withdrawals from our trust account with others. People will trust you when they repeatedly experience your integrity, your ability, and when they believe you understand and you care. There are specific action steps for building trust. First, your character for building ethical trust. Be clear about and committed to your core values and the values of the company. Be fully engaged. Hold people accountable to the company's values. Tell the truth wisely. Don't exaggerate. Follow through and keep your promises. Don't gossip. Forgive people who have hurt you. If you make a mistake, say you are sorry. Your competence for building technical trust. Do your job with focus, discipline, and passion. No whining, and eliminate the excuses. Read, read, read. Continuously learning and improving. Think. Think before you speak. Think before you act. Be a proactive problem solver. Be creative and innovative. And when you don't know, say so quickly and directly. And finally, your connection for building personal trust. Care. What comes from the heart touches the heart. Seek first to understand. Focus. Support the other person's goals. Be a source of encouragement. And lastly, be emotionally intelligent. Manage your emotions and recognize and respond. The second key to productive relationships is clarify goals, roles, and expectations. Effective teams are clear about and committed to common goals. As a result, they are aligned in the same direction and focused on the same priorities. They work together towards a common outcome. Ask the questions. Where are we going? What is the action plan? What is my role? What is your role? Are our expectations in alignment? When team members trust each other and communicate openly, they get buy-in from everyone, even from those who initially wanted to go in a different direction or who did not contribute to the decision. They leave meetings with the confidence that no one on the team is secretly having doubts about their commitment to the actions agreed upon. And they aren't afraid of failure. They work together to achieve their goals, and they learn together if something goes wrong. Key number 3, take responsibility and initiative. As an influential leader, you must take responsibility and initiative in building and sustaining productive relationships. You must bring a positive attitude to all your relationships, even the most difficult. You must be accountable for your attitude and your action. If you make a mistake, say you are sorry. Don't be inactive or reactive. Be proactive. As an influential leader, you must commit to fulfilling your role on the team and following through with your responsibilities. You must be open to feedback and be proactive about doing whatever you can to make your team or the relationship better. The fourth key to productive relationships: make communication a priority. Communication starts and stops all collaborations. We cannot begin to collaborate if we do not sit down for a discussion first, and we cannot continue our collaboration if we do not regularly communicate with our partners. When people in a relationship or on a team trust each other, they communicate openly and honestly. They care deeply about each other, listen carefully to each other, and clearly communicate ideas and issues with each other. When people in a relationship or on a team do not openly communicate, they often turn to back-channel politics, gossip, and manipulative, self-oriented exchanges of words, which undoubtedly is very toxic. Talk to people, not about people. The purpose of communication is to get your message across to others clearly and unambiguously. Doing this involves effort from both the sender of the message and the receiver. And it's a process that can be fraught with error, with messages often misinterpreted by the recipient. When this ambiguity isn't detected, it can cause tremendous confusion, wasted effort, and missed opportunity. For the communication to be successful, both the sender and the receiver must understand the same information as a result of the communication. By successfully getting your message across, you convey your thoughts and ideas effectively. When not successful, the thoughts and ideas that you convey do not necessarily reflect your own, causing a communications breakdown and creating roadblocks that stand in the way of your goals, both personally and professionally. When we are proactive in our communication rather than inactive or reactive, we are thoughtful, disciplined, and fully engaged. In spite of the increasing importance placed on communication skills, many individuals continue to struggle with this, unable to communicate their thoughts and ideas effectively, whether in verbal or written format. This inability makes it nearly impossible for them to compete effectively in the workplace. It gets in the way of career progression and plays havoc in creating and sustaining highly effective relationships. If you are not confident in your communication skills, try using the proactive question from session 3. Given the outcome I want and the events I am experiencing, what communication response on my part would be most effective? Successful communication makes positive, productive connections with people. In a recent survey of recruiters from companies with more than 50,000 employees, communication skills were cited as the single most important decisive factor in choosing managers. The survey, conducted by the University of Pittsburgh's Katz Business School, points out that communication skills, including written and oral presentations, as well as an ability to work with others, are the main factors contributing to job success. Failure to be proactive in communication contributes to a number of causes which lead to ineffective performance in a combination of both organizational factors and human factors. The organization-related factors are well documented and are often factors over which you have little or no control, such as time pressures, work stress, a multi-layered corporate structure, language incompatibilities, and information overload. The human factors of failed communication are mental, behavioral, and emotional in nature, and are completely within your control. Not one of you will ever be perfect, but taking on a proactive approach to mitigating these factors is a necessary step. So choose one or two that you know you need to work on. Search the internet and read on it. Read everything you can get your hands on. Ask a friend for help. Self-awareness or self-acknowledgement is a huge step to take with any of the human factors, of which a few are poor listening skills, lack of focus or mental disorganization, impatience and arrogance, tendency to assume instead of double check, uncontrolled emotional attachment or response to the information, disinterest in the information or the task, refusal to clarify and follow up, fatigue or burnout. People who display these and similar interpersonal limitations put themselves, their communication partners, and those affected by the information in a dangerous position. They send and/or receive only partial and possibly incorrect information, and consequently they create time-consuming double work, confusion, frustration, and conflict. In this case, communication will not improve if behavior and mindset do not improve. Key number 5 to a productive relationship is help people achieve their best. Influential leaders are committed to the success of others. They support and encourage other people and do what they can to help others achieve their goals and succeed in the pursuit of their mission. Influential leaders derive great satisfaction and personal fulfillment from helping others achieve their best. The sixth key to a productive relationship is resolve conflict effectively. All great relationships that last over time require productive confrontation to grow. People in strong relationships are not afraid of conflict. When there is conflict, they engage in candid and unfiltered dialogue, and they openly, often passionately, debate and disagree about ideas and key issues without damaging the relationship. As a result, they discuss and resolve issues more quickly and completely, eager and ready to take on the next important challenge. Here are some of the basics about resolving conflict. Talk to people, not about them. Is it a conflict that needs to be resolved, or is it a debate that needs to be engaged in? Treat the other person with respect. Although respecting the other person during a conflict is challenging, it is critical. Words of disrespect block communication and may create wounds that may never heal. Next, manage your emotions. Manage your stories, mental pictures, and self-talk. Don't feed negative emotions. Confront the problem. Find a time and place to discuss the conflict with the other person. Choose a time when you aren't arguing or angry. The place should be comfortable for both of you, away from either party's turf. Next, define the conflict. Describe the conflict in clear, concrete terms. Be specific when answering the who, what, when, where, and why questions. Describe behaviors, feelings, consequences, and desired changes. Be specific and start sentences with I, not you. Focus on behaviors or problems, not people. Define the conflict as a problem for both of you to solve together, not a battle to be won. Next, communicate understanding. Listen to really understand the other person's feelings, needs, and issues. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Step back and try to imagine how the other person sees things. Explain how you see the problem after you have talked about it. Discuss any changes you have made in the way you see things or how you feel. Next, explore alternative solutions. Take turns offering alternative solutions. List them all. Be non-judgmental of others' ideas. Examine consequences of each solution. Think and talk positively. Next, agree on the most workable solution. Agree to a solution you both understand and can live with. Work to find a wise, workable solution. Be committed to resolving the conflict. And finally, evaluate after time. Work out a way to check on how well the solution is working. Adjust the resolution when necessary. The seventh and final key to productive relationships is adjust to other styles. Learning to use an adaptive, flexible style will help you connect with others. Be aware of your own behavior style. Be aware of other people's style. Be proactive. Flex your style in response to different people and different circumstances. Understanding how to relate more effectively to other people's behavior style can significantly improve your ability to build productive relationships. For example, if you are dealing with a slow-paced, detail-oriented, cautious, and indecisive person, and you insist on talking loudly, forcing your opinions, moving along quickly and impatiently toward your agenda, the outcome won't be very pleasant. Common sense should tell you this. Despite common sense, it's surprising how many relationships are made more difficult because people insist on behaving in their own preferred way and ignore other people's style of communicating and connecting. The importance of knowing yourself, your own behavior style, how you and others like you will typically behave in a meeting, under pressure, or when stressed, cannot be overstated. Having an understanding of other behavior types and how your behavior affects them, how their behavior affects you, and how you as a leader must adjust and flex to inspire and motivate others unlike yourself, these competencies are absolutely paramount in today's knowledge economy. Remember, the discomfort that can arise between behavior types often goes unacknowledged, save for your feelings. However, when you become aware, you start to pick up on your feelings and you can consciously adjust that energy flow to be more positive. And in doing so, you mitigate the stress response in yourself and in those around you. When the unconscious biological stress response is absent, you are then allowed complete access to your higher level thinking. Your ability to produce, innovate, and create is enhanced. You are able to build and maintain strong working relationships, and you are also happier and healthier. Learning to flex your behavior is paramount to creating effective relationships. Awareness of your behavior style is particularly important for creating trust and limiting negative, unproductive conflict. Understanding one another's behavior style helps teams develop trust and learn to debate in healthy and productive ways. This provides a solid basis for managing the other key characteristics of highly functional team and relationships: commitment, accountability, and productive performance. Our behavioral style, not to be confused with personality, is how we present ourselves to those around us. We show our style by the way we interact with others, communicate, manage ourselves, receive and process information, and respond to situations. Differing behavior styles is necessary and likely inevitable in collaboration because the team faces so many issues that demand multiple, varied approaches. The challenge for the collaboration team is to learn each member's behavioral style so that all communications take advantage of the strengths of each style and yield productive or desired results. Your behavior style profile focuses on key aspects of your behavior, the things you typically say and do to other people. It provides a very clear description of people's strengths and weaknesses, as well as insight into people's work preferences. This knowledge is invaluable for creating an atmosphere of trust. People with differing behavior styles often have a hard time working together, and this can lead to a breakdown of trust. This is particularly true for people who have opposite styles because their behavioral preferences are dramatically different from one another. For example, during team meetings, an expressive person speaks loudly, frequently, and likes to make decisions quickly. In contrast, an analytical person speaks softly, less frequently, and wants to take time before coming to decisions. At the heart of a collaborative relationship is emotional intelligence and your ability to know whether or not you are communicating in such a way as to elicit the most positive response from another individual. Much of the communication in today's organizations entails an exchange wherein all parties involved must act as both a giver and recipient of information. This exchange ensures that the information is received and the recipient has an opportunity to express agreement, disagreement, confusion, understanding, need for clarification, or any other response. Ineffective communication results when a breakdown in this exchange occurs, and this breakdown can be exacerbated when we overuse electronic means of delivery. As we all have experienced at one point or another, devices crash, we lose connection, emails go unread in overfilled inboxes, spam filters block messages, or most importantly, the message fails to register our human nuances, delivering unintended communication. Communication starts and stops all effective collaborations. Some of the causes of ineffective communication are a mixture of both organizational and human factors. Time pressures, work stress, a multi-layered corporate structure, language incompatibilities, and information overload are cited as some of the organization-related causes. The human factors are mental, behavioral, and emotional. Successful leadership of the future will require a complete culture shift to a new leadership mindset of socialness and connectivity that shares a common language throughout the organization. It will be a culture shift to a learning environment workplace with a deep need for all employees to see the value in being self-directed and taking a leadership role in their own learning through daily work experience in a safe, respectful, and participant-centered environment for learning. Corporate Harmony's Positive Presence program guides you and your peers as you develop and diffuse the language necessary for a social and connected culture transformation. In the developed world, our organizations are now composed primarily of knowledge workers, people who are highly educated and experts in their individual fields, and who need each other's mind and skill in order to achieve organizational goals. These people are too smart to accept top-down dictatorship and to believe that a few at the top know what it will take for success. There has never been a time in history for employee engagement to reach exponential levels of motivation as there is today. With the right leadership, the knowledge workforce will be able to reach successes never dreamed of. So, what will the right leadership look like? Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. But on the other hand, leadership qualities can be found and developed in everyone, at every level of the organization. For success in today's fast-paced, ever-changing global environment, leadership will be about managing their individual flow of energy and information in a quick and efficient manner. Information at the front lines will need to be relayed in real time to the top in order for barriers to be removed, opportunities to be grasped, and strategies to be adjusted to accommodate the environment in real time. At the big picture level, leaders and managers must learn to be effective conduits of information, both tangible and non-tangible alike, in an environment of safety and respect. Successful organizations will be a continuous looping and relooping of information, feedback, and adjustment. Managers will be the eyes and ears between where the work is being done and where the strategy is evolving. Power lines for informed decision-making will have to be free of bureaucratic static and barriers, and it will be up to managers to become experts at mitigating the bureaucracy that often weighs down efficiency. For efficient information transfer and sharing, there will need to be high levels of cooperation, coordination, and collaboration among leaders of all ranks to ensure information is communicated clearly, succinctly, and consistently through all channels. This level of communication will require highly effective relationships and a special connectivity among organizational leaders. It will require the type of connectivity that only comes with an understanding of emotional human energy that leads to connectedness, how it works, how it evolves, and the behaviors needed to get there. For that, we need to look to the neurosciences and the plethora of evidence that is coming forth within the realm of cognitive behavior, among others. This is what the skill of positive presence is about. It comes with an awareness of holding our human energy field in harmony with those around us. It is relatively easy to learn and just as easily measured through workplace behavior. Science has proven that the motivation and passion that is associated with employee engagement, the focus and clarity that is associated with optimum productivity, and the emotional intelligence that is associated with influential leadership only occur within positive human energy. The tangible indicator of human energy is behavior. That being said, the number one key performance indicator, KPI, for future leaders will be individual leader behavior, the kind of behavior that displays only within positive human energy, the kind of behavior measurable only on feedback from followers and peers. Your ability for focus continues to come up as a key attribute for influential leadership. Learning how to focus and what to focus on is as much a mind skill or a mindset as it is a behavior skill. Creating space in your mind for focus means you need to interrupt the unconscious mind chatter that goes on in your head 24/7. The most effective way to bring this mind chatter to your awareness is by taking the time for personal check-ins on a regular basis. So let's do that right now before we go to our final table time. It is now time for a personal check-in. This means that it's a time to be mindful, a time to pause and ask yourself questions. For the remaining sessions of the Positive Presence Behavior Competencies of Influential Leadership, we will be accompanying your personal check-ins with brainwave music. You will remember that brainwave music has been proven to move a person into a more positive mental and emotional attitude. The clip that you are hearing is typical of the theta brainwave state, which has proven benefits such as deeper connection to one's emotions, increased intuition, greater levels of energy and relaxation, enhanced self-awareness, and a greater ability to enter into a highly focused, effortless learning state. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath and repeat with me, either silently or aloud. What sort of feelings have I had since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What have my thought patterns been like since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What have my behavior patterns been like since my last check-in? And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And open your eyes. A personal check-in is also a good opportunity for you to do a physical body scan. You've been sitting for a while now, and you will need to stretch your muscles. So either sitting or standing, make a conscious effort to bring your body to a state of relaxed anticipation. Beginning at the top of your head, as you slowly breathe in and then out, I want you to first consciously acknowledge your scalp, and then focus on relaxing your scalp. Next, consciously acknowledge your face, and then focus on relaxing your face. Now, your arms and your hands. Gently shake them out. Now your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Wiggle your toes and stretch it out. And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you're standing, please take a seat. And again, please close your eyes. This time, I would ask you to repeat after me either silently or aloud. Please allow my mind to be open and accepting of all information coming to me, that I may think upon it in the days to come. And now open your eyes. Over 20 years ago, Doc Childer and a group of 30 researchers and entrepreneurs gathered to explore the connection between the metaphorical and the physical heart. And in 1991, they formed the Institute of HeartMath, IHM, as a nonprofit research and educational organization with a core mission of facilitating a shift in health, well-being, and consciousness. In 1998, HeartMath LLC launched to commercialize the trainings developed by the Institute. HeartMath has been at the forefront of delivering measurable results to improve employee productivity, health, and performance since the early 1990s by focusing on unique, scientifically validated programs that are proven to help individuals manage stress at work. They continue to look at how chronic stress adversely impacts human health by increasing the likelihood of developing disease and medical problems leading to soaring healthcare costs. Research in the neurosciences has shown there is a continuous looping and relooping of energy, both positive and negative, between our two dominant human energy fields, the heart and the brain. And it is this looping and relooping of energy that makes each of us a unique individual. Their studies show that when our energy is positive, we are experiencing positive thoughts and feelings, such as kindness, happiness, optimism, and love. And on the flip side, When thoughts and or feelings are negative, like anger, frustration, jealousy, and cynicism, our energy is also negative. Through the collaboration of cardiologists, system theorists, and neuroscientists, IHM has built on their research on the connection between the heart and the autonomic nervous system and created tools and effective protocols to help people effectively manage the effects and overstimulation of the autonomic nervous system, master anxiety and stress response, employ management skill building, discharge the autonomic nervous system freeze response to properly release immobilizing energy, increase adaptive information processing skills, increase heart-brain synchronization, increase the body's natural regenerative processes, and maintain mental and emotional stability. Much of the research in this field was pioneered by the Institute of HeartMath, including evidence that positive emotions create coherence within our personal heart field and coherent wave frequencies within our torus energy field around us. Only coherent wave frequencies are able to overlap and reinforce each other, thereby gaining strength and giving strength to other coherent waveforms. So it is that positive emotion, positive thoughts and feelings, brings with it an increased ability to connect and mesh with others, an increased ability to work together, an increased propensity for organizational synergy. Unconscious negative mind chatter is something we all have. In the 1960s, the cognitive model was expounded on as the way that individuals perceive a situation is more closely connected to the reaction than the situation itself. The challenge is, therefore, to change your perception by changing your thinking, by changing your beliefs. For the most part, it is your beliefs, your deep down, mostly unconscious beliefs, that will create negative feelings. Whether you know it or not, your mind keeps a running account of what's happening to you, what it means, and what you should do. Your mind is constantly monitoring and interpreting. Your mind is constantly judging. And sometimes this judging is negative and it is personal. When this happens, you create blocks that can only be swept away by self-awareness. And these blocks can be swept away with an awareness that the universe is always perfectly aligned to bring you everything your heart desires and everything that is founded in goodness and in love. Changing your thoughts and your beliefs takes practice and quiet time. And you have that time right here, right now, as I guide you through a very simple mini-med, which I've adapted from my friend Dina Proctor's 3x3 at www.dinaproctor.com. So please, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath. Welcome to the mini-med for releasing brain blocks to success. For these next couple of minutes, I invite you to sit comfortably, and as you let your body settle in, let yourself feel your shoulders just relaxing. Let yourself feel your thoughts releasing and allowing your body and your mind to completely relax in this moment. Allow your mind to gently come to focus on the life area you're looking to have a breakthrough in. Though you may have had obstacles in your path, recognize that from your perspective in this moment in time, from the broadest of perspectives, all really is well, and anything is possible. Allow yourself to remember that the reason this transformation is so important to you is because of the impact that it will have, not only on your own life, but on the lives of the people that your life touches. This goal is bigger than you are, and the path to realizing this goal is more profound and spectacular than you can even recognize in this moment in time.
anything is possible, and the intelligence of the universe knows exactly the best way to its manifestation. Allow yourself to realize that what you may see as a block right now may be the perfect avenue for you to have your breakthrough. Relax and realize that any obstacles are really, at their heart, opportunities for even deeper realizations and possibilities. Allow yourself to physically feel the resistance to these obstacles melting out of you right now. If this is your path, there must be the perfect way to have a breakthrough in it. Inherently built into any problem is the realization of its solution. Allow yourself to breathe in deeply and rest comfortably, knowing that as you need to know the next step on your path to breakthrough, you will be given that intuitive knowledge and not a moment before. And now, let your body take one last deep breath in, knowing that the timing is always right, always grounded in solution and love, and the timing of the universe is always, always perfect.
Come back to awareness. Notice your surroundings. What do you see? Is there anyone beside you? What sounds do you hear? We are now going to take time for reflection. This reflection time is referred to as table time because this exercise is created to be shared with a discussion group of your peers. Feel free to gather around a table with your colleagues or head over to Corporate Harmony's virtual discussion group. This is also a time to stay focused on task. Be present in the moment, right here. You will see notes pages at the end of the manual section for personal use in gathering insights and questions as you move through the material. So take time to put pen to paper. There are never any wrong or bad answers. Seeing your words on paper allows your brain to open up to even greater possibilities. Putting your thoughts and feelings to words on paper opens your mind to your inner wisdom and greatness. Enjoy this time and share your insights with the discussion group. You will find this slide at the bottom of page 18 of Chapter 7 of your manual. Next session, we will be looking at the very first principle in the operational behavior domain of connection, which is the third of the 3 domains of the positive presence behavior competencies of influential leadership. Dedicate yourself to continuous learning. So, until then, live each moment of each day with harmony and purpose, and allow your grandest dreams to come true.